what's absolutely critical when we're taking these views of teeth is that we include the apex and some surrounding bone. So really we want the apices, if you've got multiple, apex, if you've got singular. So we want the apex plus periapical bone, a minimum of 3 millimeters, but I would say 5 millimeters or more. And that's because our pathology is going to show in and or around our root, particularly the apex. So for example, if we had an abscess, then we would start to get bone lysis of that periapical bone, the bone around the apex. So we've got to be able to see both the apex and surrounding bone of a sufficient quantity that we can discern whether we've got change in density between the rest of the surrounding bone. So you need definitely your apex and I would say 5 millimeters of periapical bone. So if we're going to chop off the ends of the roots, the apices, as our film or our plate slides upwards along the symphysis, that's not going to be very useful to us, it's not going to be diagnostic. So we can only use it for a very limited number of teeth, and for everything else, I'm afraid it's bisecting angle technique. So for example here, if we were thinking about the upper jaw, then in the maxilla, for ourselves, we have quite, if you feel with your tongue, we've usually got quite a domed palate, particularly if you were someone who sucked their thumb as a child, you'll find you've probably got quite a markedly domed palate. And that in people means that we can use parallel technique for those teeth. But in our species, the palate, that bone is flat. And so if we try to place a plate directly behind our object, which of course includes the roots of the teeth most importantly, then we just can't do it. It's not going to go anywhere. All we take a picture of will be a bit of a crown. So because of these adjacent structures, parallel technique is not possible in the vast majority of teeth in the cat and the dog.